Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Today we are going to learn about relational algebra operations. First, we will see what is a relational algebra. A relational algebra is a procedural query language which takes instances of relations as input and yields instances of relations as output. So here this relational algebra is a procedural query language. We have to write a query. This is a query language, but here we are using procedures. Procedural query language. Here in this, we will apply query on particular table. Means that query is the input. It takes instances of relations as input and yields instances of relation as output. On the basis of that query, we will get some result as output. That is also your relation. Relation means all the parts which we require in output, all that part will be shown here. It uses operators to perform queries. Here we are going to use various operators to perform queries. An operator can be either unary or binary. Unary means it will perform on only one operand, and binary there are two operands. For example, normal expression a plus b. Plus is the operation which we can perform on two operands a and b. That is binary operator. And unary operator means only negation. A is there or 10 is there. Negation of 10 means minus 10. So only one operand is there. On that operand we are going to use operator. That is called as a unary operator. And two operands are there in expression a plus b. Plus is the operator which we are going to perform on two operands a and b. That is called as a binary operator. So here an operator can be either unary or binary. The fundamental operations of relational algebra are as follows. These operations we can perform on relational algebra. First operation is select, then project, union, difference, intersection, Cartesian product, natural join. So these are the operations we are going to use in this on the relational algebra. Now first operation, select. For this select operation we are going to use this symbol. This symbol we have to use. We have to use symbols as well as operators for performing this relational algebra operation. So for this selection operation, select, we are going to use this symbol. It selects tuples that satisfy the given predicate from a relation. Predicate means rule. We are going to apply some rule or query on the relation. What data we have to select from the particular table. That query you will write here in this predicate, or that rule you will write here. On the basis of that rule or logic we have to show output to the user. And what we have to do, select what we have to select, what we you will write here in this predicate, and from where you have to select that, from the relation, from the table. How we can notify that or notation of that selection? This is a selection operator. Select, then here is a predicate below the line, predicate, and in bracket a relation. Relation means your table name, on which table we are going to apply this predicate, that we have to select. So that meaning is written here. This operator is for selection predict. What we will write here, that part is going to select using this operation. R is the relation, that is table name. P is the preposition logic formula which may use connectors like and, or, and not. More than one logic we can write. For example, A is greater than B. This is one logic. And B is greater than C. Such type of combination we can do. So here connectors are used like and or not in the logic formula. We will see example. Select record from books where subject is database. This is a query. We have to select the records from the books where subject is database. So for that reason, what we have to select? We have to select subject as a database. So this is a rule. Suppose we will use one table subject. For example, we will change the fields according to our query. Here our subject should be database. So we will take one table, that is subject table. All your core subject will be stored here. Your subject name, that for example, if it is a book, then price will be there. Other thing, other column will be there. But here we will use only two column right now. For example, C, DBMS, then COM. These are the subjects. What logic we are writing? Select subject is equal to database. So here our name should be like that. Select subject is equal to database from books. We write here books. So our table name is books. Here we can write book ID, name of that particular book. Here I have written subject because they have given this in the query only. Subject is database. So subject or that book name is written here. Then you can write price also. These are the prices of books. So if you write this query, select a record from books. From this book table, we have to select the record where subject is database. So if you check here, which result you will get from this table, which result you will get, they will check the subject first. For first row, they will check the subject is equal to database. No, means this row is not going to show in the output. Second row, subject is equal to database. Yes, so this row is going to show as a output. Suppose this is your output result. Again, it will check for the next line also. It will check for each and every record. So it will check whether it is a database. Your subject name is database. No. Next, your subject name is database. No. It is a DBMS. Complete word is written. But what we are searching for word database. So only this output you will get by using this query. Select record from books where subject is database. So that logic you have written, subject is equal to database. If you change here, subject is equal to C. Subject equal to C. So this record only you will get. Suppose we will change the name. This is also database. So one more record is going to be select for the database subject. So you will show these two records as a output of above query, this query. Understood this select predicate? Yes, everyone.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now what is next query? Select tuples from books where subject is database. Here are two conditions. Subject is a database and price is 450. So in our table, two values will be like this. If you want to select more than one record, then we can show like this. Or at least one record should be with these values. One subject name is database and price of that book is 450. Then and then only you will get the result. Otherwise it will show nil. Nil record means nothing will be shown to the you. Suppose we will give here same record 450 and one more database book is there, but price of that database book is 200. What is the condition here? And is there in between. If and is there in between two conditions, then both conditions should be true. Then and then only it will show the result. So here, while selection records from the books table, that time it will check first subject name is database here. Yes, subject name is database, right. But as well as subject name, we have to check the price also. Price is equal to 450. If both are true, both are matching, then it will show this record 450. So it will show this record here. Now for say this second database, it will check the price. This condition is true. Subject is equal to database. This condition is true. But second price is equal to 450. This condition is going to false here because it is 200 and we are searching for 450. So this record is not going to show in the final result of this second query. It will show only one record. So if and is there, both conditions should be true. If there is or in between, this or this, either this condition is true or this condition is true. We will check both the condition. If one is true and one is false in or type of condition, that time we can select both the record. But here both the conditions should be true because and clause is there. And clause, this should be true as well as this should be true. If one is false, it will not going to show any record. If here 400 is there in this table, then here in the output you will not get anything. Blank record you will get. Understood this? Second query.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now third query, select tuples from books where subject is database, price is 450 or those book published after 2010. So one more column should be there. One more column should be there, that is when that book is published. So here we will write one more column published. So what is our requirement? We have to show the books which published after 2010. So at least one or two books should be there that the year of that books are above 2010. So it will show some result related that query. So suppose it is 1999, 2000, then 2014 and 2020. So here if you check what is our condition, database subject is equal to database. So first it will check where is that database, subject is equal to database records. So these two records are related with this one and this one. This one and this one is matching as per first query. Subject is equal to database. Now second query is and is there. Subject is equal to database and price is equal to 450. We will check whether there is price is equal to 450. No. So at this level we are not getting anything. At this level we are not getting anything because this condition is false. But there is one more or condition. Or year is greater than 2010. If this condition is false, means we are not going to show anything. But one more condition is there, year is greater than 2010, and that is or condition. Means here we will not check whether the previous condition is true or not. For at least this part, we can show the result. We will show year is greater than 2010 result. So which are that books which are published in more year 2010 and more. So two books are there, 2014 and 2020. So this result you will get in output because of that or condition. If you check and condition, nothing is going to print there because second condition is false. 450 is not there in price. With subject database, 450 is not there for this both rows. But one more condition is there, or condition. In that or condition, we have to check the published year. If it is more than 2010, then we can show the records of that rows. So this will be output. Two records will be there, which are published. These two books are published after 2010. Clear this?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is about select operation. Now next is a projection operation. So in this select operation, what output you are getting? See, the total how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many columns are there? That many columns you are getting in output also. In output also you will get this book ID, subject, price, published. All the columns will be there, and after that this output is going to show. So each and every column you are going to show in the select operation. If you don't want to show all the columns, you want to show particular column, for example only book ID or only subjects available in SYBBACA for example, or FYBBACA. So only subject list you want. You don't want price of that subject. You don't want when that book is going to publish. If you want to remove all that part, you can use this second predicate, second operation, that is projection. What you want to project, only that part you can write there in this projection. So only that part will be displayed to the user. Other parts will be in background. So the projection eliminates all attributes of the input relation, but those mentioned in the projection list. So it will eliminate all the attributes, but what it will show, which are mentioned in the projection list, which attributes we have mentioned here in this projection list, only that attribute will be shown to the user. The projection method defines a relation that contains a vertical subset of relation. Vertical means column wise, it will show the relation. Only that particular attribute it is going to show. Pi, that pi symbol is used to choose attributes from a relation. This operator helps you to keep specific columns from a relation and discards the other column. So only specific columns will be shown to the user, other columns are discarded. So this is your example. Suppose this is your table, customer ID, customer name and status. Three attributes are there, and these are the values of table or records of table. First, this is query. The projection of customer name and status will give total three columns are there: customer ID, customer name and status. And what do you want to show? Customer name and status. Only these two columns we have to show to the user. Then you will use projection operator. Projection operator, pi symbol. Which column you have to show? Only that column names will be here. Customer ID, comma, status. This is comma separator, separate operators, attributes. So comma, customer ID, comma, status. Only two columns you want. So that column name should be here in bracket your relation name, that is table name. So it will give output like this: customer ID and status. From this table, this part is eliminated. Only customer ID and status I want to show to the user. This part is eliminated because of this projection operator. Understood this projection operation?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, rename. If you want to change the name of the attribute, at runtime only you can do that. So if you want to change a name of the attribute, then we can use this rename symbol. Using this symbol, we can rename the attribute name. So rename is a unary operation. We have already learned about this unary operation and binary. Binary means it is going to perform on more than one operand. Here rename, we have to change the attribute, single attribute name. Here we have to change the single attribute name. That's why it is called as a unary operation. Rename is a unary operation used for renaming the attributes of a relation. For example, they have given example A slash B. These are the two attributes. Means only one attribute is there and one is the rename of that attribute. So here this is a relation name. On which relation we have to apply this? It will rename the attribute B. This is your original name. It will rename the attribute B of relation by A. So here in the previous example, or here also, if you want to change this subject attribute name as a book name, so how you will write, this is your previous name, old name, that is subject. Now I have to change this name as a book name. So you can use this operator, rename. If you want to change the name of this column as this one, so you can use rename. So in output you will get, suppose after this you have shown table to the user, then here you will get, instead of subject, name is book name. Clear this? Rename operation, changing the name of attribute. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next is union operation. Union means we have to combine more than one table here and finally show the result as a single table. So union is a symbolized by capital U. You can see here operator symbol, this one. Using this operator we can perform union operation. It includes all tuples that are present in table A. There are two tables, A and B. So it includes all tuples that are present in table A or in B. It also eliminates duplicate tuples. If there are duplicate tuples in table A as well as B, same values are there for all attributes, then it is called as a duplicate tuple. So it will eliminate that part. It will show only one record. It will not show two records there. Same values, two records, it will not show. It will show only one record. So it also eliminates duplicate tuples. So set A union set B would be expressed as, how we can show that? A union B. These are the two table names, A and B. These are the two table names or relation name, and we can use union symbol in between these. So for union operation to be valid, the following condition must hold. For validity of this union, we have to check the following condition. R and S must be the same number of attribute. So we have one table, for example, this table and this table. How many attributes are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. This should contain 4 attributes. Second table. So we will give here name, for example, book, and here our name is subject. So there are 4 attributes here also and here also. So R and S, two table name. For example, book and subject must be the same number of attributes. Four attributes are there in both table, right? Next, attribute domains need to be compatible. Attribute domains means which type of value is going to contain in this attribute. Number is there, numeric value is there. it should contain second table attribute. Same attribute should contain same type of value. It should not contain any character over there. Same here. Book names are there, means character. We are going to store character here. It will also contain character. Here numbers are there. These two attributes should contain numbers. So what type of value this column is going to contain, that is called as a domain. So both table domains should be same, should be compatible. Then duplicate tuples should be automatically removed. So we will take different records over here. Only one or two records are same. So here we will write a C program. Change the price, publish, that is fine. Second, this is common. We have kept this record is same. This one is also same. We will change third one. System 250. At least one column value should change. We have to change at least one column value. So it will be unique for that particular row. Uniqueness, how we can check? We will check the value of each column from this and this table. It is 2 here, here also 2. Here is database, here is also database. 400, here also 400. 2000, 2000 means both will contain, means this is a duplicate record. So in final result, we will consider only one record from this table or this table. We will consider only one record over there in the final result. So these are the conditions. So we will use this table only. We have already written here. So we will apply union operation here. So for union operation, what we will write? Book union subject. So when you will get final result of this, attributes should be same. Attributes number should be same. Book ID, book name, price, and published. First, it will contain the values of book. What are the values? What are the records of book? All records it will contain. Now we have to add more records of this subject. Union is there. So we have to show each and every record from both the table. Only duplicate record we will avoid to show. Now in this C programming, this one is unique. Now next, this database is duplicate already here, no need to show it again. Next, POM is also duplicate, no need to show it again. Now this one is new, so that we can write it. This is result of book union subject operator. Union operator. Understood this part? Yes? Understood this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So if you are having maths in 12th, that time we were using union operations like this. In maths, we were using union operation. So what are the common values that we have to write in between? In this, there is intersection. There is an intersection. So here in this part, this is a common part for this both circle. In this common part, which are common values from this side and this side that are written in between this. Back. Okay. So suppose this circle union 1, this is first relation and this is second relation. Suppose this is a circle which will contain some values 1, 3, 6, 8, 7. and this is going to contain some values which are not common in both, that we are going to show separately in this relation, this part, and which are common, that we have to show in between this. So other values which are not common, that we will write here 4, then 10 or 15. So these are the values of the second relation and these are the values of first relation, and which are the common values that we will write here. For example, 5. So 5 is there in first relation as well as in second relation. So 5, then you can say 10 and 12. So both relation will contain 5, 10, 12. Means this relation, total values of this relation, suppose this is a set A or set or relation A, we can call it as relation A. This is a relation A and this is a relation B. Relation A, total values of relation A are 1, then 3, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 10 and 12. And what are the values for relation B? 2, 4, 15, 2, 4, 5 is also there inside this, 5, then 10, 12 and 15. So in maths, we were using set theory. In that set theory, two sets were there, set A and set B. Same logic we are applying here on this union operation using a relation. So this first relation is this one and second relation is this one. What is common value that we have to consider only once? These three values are common in set A as well as set B. So both table will contain common values that we have to show at least once from this side or this side, at least once, that at most once. We are not going to repeat that part in the final result. So your final relation A union B will be, we have to show all the values from these two relation except the duplicate value. Duplicate value we have to show only once. So 1 is there, then 2 is there, then 3 is there, then 4 is there, then 5 are repeated, so only one time we will take. Then 6 is there, then 10, so 7, then 10, then 12. 12 is coming twice, so it will show, we will show it once only. 10 is also coming twice, we are going to show one time only, and last 50. So this is the result of A union B in set theory. Same logic we are applying here on table. So here instead of single values, we are going to show whole record of the table here. So for that record, we are going to check the uniqueness, whether it is unique or not. If it is unique, we are going to show here in the final result. If it is not unique, both table is going to contain same type of value. We will show that value here only one time. Clear? Book union subject.
Yes, ma'am.
Then set difference operation, minus operation. This minus symbol denotes it. Difference operation we can denote by using this minus symbol. The result of A minus B is a relation which includes all tuples that are in A but not in B. So here we have to perform A minus B operation. So here we have to show the relation or attributes or tuples from the A which are not in the B. Then the attribute name of A has to match with the attribute name in the B. So column name should be same. If we are applying this difference operator on two tables, then column name should be same. Column number should be same. Okay, four attributes are there, then other table also contain four. What are the attribute name? That also same, because final table we are going to show in combined format. So all attribute name, number of attributes should be same. The two operand relations A and B should be either compatible or union compatible. It should be defined relation consisting of a tuples that are in relation A but not in B. So here we will check our table example also. Here first check A minus B, this operation we are going to perform. This is your table A. So A will be here and this is table B, means B is here. What are the columns? Column 1, column 2. Here also column 1, column 2. Both should be same. Here number of attributes are 2. Here also 2. What are the name of column? Column 1, column 1. Column 2, column 2. That should be same. Then what we have to do? Minus. If 5 minus 5 is there, then we can write 0. Means that will be nil over there. From which we are going to subtract other thing. This B we are going to subtract from A. So what is unique in this A? That is the result of difference. What is unique in this A? 1, 2. This record is unique. This is common record that will be deleted, like 1 minus 1, 0. In that way, we will delete the common record or unique record. Duplicate records. So this first record is duplicate in both table. So this record is going to deleted from the final result. Now we have to check what is remaining in table A. Only that part we are going to show to the user. That is your second record. If there is a B minus A, then we will show 1 3 over there. It will not show 1 2 because we are going to minus 3 from which table. That part we have to show. We have to exclude the part of B. Duplicates record will be deleted, and what is remaining there in this first table, that we have to show. So now you will tell me what is the output of this book minus subject. Book minus subject. What is the output of this? These are the values of book and subject, and we are going to perform difference operation. That is minus sign is there in between book and subject. Tell me the result of this operation. Book minus subject. See, first book is there. You have to concentrate on this part only. This part is going to show in the output. That is first case. Second case, check the duplicate records and remove that records from that output. And what is remaining? That is your difference operation result. So tell me the result. Yes.
Database and POM remove होता और
Mm-hmm.
C
Mean this
C
first
first और
record,
last का database.
first and four, only these two records will be shown to the user. So this will be your result of book minus subject. Clear? Yes, everyone clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If there is a subject minus book, then subject minus book, then what is the result? This C programming and database management system. These are unique for that subject table, and these are repeated. So we will delete these two part. Remaining part we will show. Which is your first table? That result we have to show, and you may remove the redundant values. Clear this difference operation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then intersection. Intersection means here also in this part we can show which are common in both. That is the intersection part. Which are common in both. Here also you will check this database and POM. And here also database and POM. These two are common for these two tables. If you want to find the intersection, what is common in between these two relation? That is the result of intersection. So here an intersection is defined by using this symbol, a reverse U. Intersection is defined by using this symbol. We can represent this type of operation like your first relation intersection B, A intersection B. Then defines a relation consisting a set of all tuples that are in both A and B. It will define the relation from both tables which are common in both. However, A and B must be union compatible. Union compatible, so it will show all the elements from A as well as B and combined elements will be here. This is your intersection part. And this is the final result of your this query A intersection B. So same query we will apply on the table here. Now what is the result of book intersection subject? This is your table. So result of book intersection subject is these two rows which are common in both table. So that result only one time we have to show. This is a book intersection subject. Understood this part? Same is mentioned here. This is your table A, table B. Column should be same. Number of columns should be same. Now intersection means what is common in between these two tables. This first record of first A table and first record of B table. Both have common values. So only one time we have to show the record. That is the intersection. Now next is Cartesian product. Cartesian product we can express by using this capital X. So Cartesian product in DBMS is an operation used to merge columns from two relation. Here we have to merge column from two relation. Table A will contain separate attributes. Table B will contain separate attributes. Here attribute names are not same. Means not condition like this. Should be same, condition is not here. We will take other table values into final table. So for example, student basic information is in student table and marks information is in marks table. So if you want to show marks of that particular student, then we have to merge the marks column into third table. That's why here we are going to merge columns from two table. For that reason, we have to merge columns from two table. And for that reason, we are using this Cartesian product symbol. Generally, a Cartesian product is never a meaningful operation when it performs alone because we have to perform this operation on two relation. If we are going to perform it on single table, no use. No use because we are going to combine attributes of two tables. So there should be more than one table in this Cartesian operation. However, it becomes meaningful when it follows by other operation. It is also called as a cross product or cross join. Example, we are using some queries also on this select queries. Cartesian product we are going to apply on two tables. So where we were using single table name, there we are using Cartesian product symbol. A Cartesian product B. Only we can write A Cartesian product B only this part also, but here we have applied some condition. So as per this condition, we are getting result. What is that condition? We have to select column 2 is equal to 1. we have to check the value of column 2. If it is 1, we will show that result. So in this table 1 as well as table 2, we have to check the column 2 values. If it is 1, it will show this record. Here also, here is 1, it will show this record. We will get duplicate records under this Cartesian product. If you check this output, you are getting same record again, because same record available here also and here also. But what condition we are going to check? Column 2 is equal to 1, that all these things we are going to represent here. If only A Cartesian B, if this is your sentence, then what will be the result of this query? It will show all the records from column A, table A, as well as all the records from table B. So total 4 records will be here in the output, only if A Cartesian B is written. But here we have written some condition. What we have to do? Select column 2 is equal to 1. The value of column 2 is equal to 1. That value we have to select. So here only one row is there which has column 2 is equal to 1 in the table A. So that is printed here. Same column 2 is equal to 1 here in the table B. So this row is also going to print in the final result. So this is the result of Cartesian product. So we will apply same on this. If only book into subject is there, then it will show all the records from A for book table, then after that all the records from table subject. Now if you want to apply some query on this also, this is Cartesian product, it will show all the records from first table as well as second table. It will merge all the records. What we have to do? We have to show only database book. We have to show only database. Select subject is equal to or book name is equal to database. That query we can write here. Select subject is equal to database. This in bracket book. Into or Cartesian subject. Here we will write the condition. Select. What we have to select? Book name or subject. That we have renamed this part. So book name is equal to what? Database. Using this condition, we will get a record here. This one record is there. C is not the database. So we will delete this one. Next, only subject name or book name is equal to database. That condition should be true. This is also not there because it is POM. Yes, this is going to true. This is false because C programming is there. Delete. Then these two are going to be deleted because of subject name is different. So finally, you will get 3 record. If we are using condition, selection condition over there, then records are going to be reduced. Clear Cartesian product?
Yes, ma'am.
So if other table is having some different column, for example, page number is there, 10, 15, 20, 21. So we are going to merge this column also here. We are going to merge this column here If table 1 is not going to contain this type of value, page number, where is the record of table 2? I think only this last one is the record of table 2. So here we will show that value 15. So it is used to merge the attribute also, Cartesian product. Clear? So that is written over here.
Yes, ma'am.
It is used to merge the attributes. Merge column from true relation. So these are the some operations on relational algebra. We will see this join operation in next lecture.